I was thinking about perception and consciousness today, and I think about some really heady ideas. So if it's going to get heady here, but I don't care, try to keep up, right? Okay, so I entertain really weird ideas at times, right? And there's other perceptions that I've drawn from, probably, like the one theory that we could be just a brain in a vat in a jar somewhere, right? But we do have consciousness. So I'm going to try to keep it simple, but we do have consciousness and perception, right? And they do change, and we do have multiple dimensions of perception, because when we dream, when we sleep, we have a different perception than we do when we're alive, or awake anyway. Now, while we're alive and while we're awake, we definitely have a focus, right? And this I see as a telescope or something, or a prism. Like if you look, like, knowing that our bodies contain chakras, electrical light, and those are different colors of the rainbow. When you trace it back through a prism, it's pure light. Reference the cover of Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, right? Now, that light comes in and is focused through us, and I think we are the perceptional thing here. But it's weird because our perception is still, I mean, it's flawed. It's so flawed. We don't know. You know, we don't know. Like, this is a weird idea I entertained today. Now, when I was a kid, I was like, what, 3 years old, 4 years old? And I was out riding my tricycle on the highway. Now, what if I was doing that, right? And I got smeared on the fucking highway and I died. And I wasn't old enough to even understand what was going on. So I get smeared and I'm dead. And I'm like still living in this weird purgatory-like life or something. Or how it could have been or something, you know? It's weird. And this is not necessarily a new idea, because there's other ideas that state that we're actually the ghosts. We are actually in purgatory or in hell here in this world, you know? So it's not necessarily a new idea. But now in my dream world, I go all these weird different places, and sometimes I know what I'm doing and sometimes I don't. Like a few nights ago, I was in some place, it was like I wasn't really supposed to be there. It wasn't like I was necessarily not allowed, but it's like that's generally not supposed to happen, but apparently I figured something out, which I do in my dreams and stuff. But it's so weird, man. I mean, perception and it's, see, now a lot of people, they come here in this world and they focus on one thing. And I think that's what the plan is. They want you to focus on one thing. And that's cool because it helps you have success in this world. But I never really could focus on just one thing. I was like all over the place. I was like, I want to know as much as I can. So I'm like a knowledge sponge, right? I'm like soaking up everything. So it's so weird though. It's like, maybe I'm driving myself crazy with all this knowledge, right? But I don't know. It's so weird. I mean, it's just amazing that anything exists at all. I mean, think about it. I mean, isn't it wondrous? It just always amazes me. It's like, you know, it's like, how does something come out of nothing? Or was something always there, right? It's like, what the fuck? But anywho, that was my story. That was my weird I always entertain weird ideas, you know? And you should always do that. It's where like daydreaming happens. And there's like, I was told not to when I was in first grade. I'll be looking out the window because they're talking about math. And I'm like, quit daydreaming. I'm like, why? I like the daydream. It's more interesting. And seriously, I was like, I just felt like I was forced into prison. I'm like, I'm not sure what I did wrong, you know? But I always try to figure that out. It's like, why am I here? Why am I here? You know? I mean, all of a sudden, I remember when I was a kid, all of a sudden I'm aware of things. I'm like, but why? Why am I here? And then I get older and I'm researching different ideas, and there's all these different ideas, of course, and I'm still wondering, why? Why am I here? It's like, did I do something really fucking bad in some other planet or life or world, and I have to be here as a punishment? Or is it like I get sucked in? Did I get suckered into a false game, you know, a con game? Or did I like, hey, that looks neat? You know, like some people talk about like college. Did I say, hey, okay, I'll sign up? Or like the military and signed up and say, got here. I'm like, ah, fuck. I don't know. I probably never figured this out. But it sucks because I really want to figure this out because otherwise I'm just like floating around. I'm like, am I here to do a mission? Because if I am, you know, I need a little more direction here because I feel like I'm just like lost sometimes, you know, but I don't know, anywho. But yeah, you never know. And okay, it couldn't have been just when I was a kid riding on the street, right? It could have been anywhere in that timeline. I was wondering, I was like, maybe I got to be a teenager and I died in a fire or something. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. This is weird shit, you know, I think about. And it also goes into, like, I guess if you can access your past life's memories, shit kind of get commingled in there. So it's like, so the more I look into, the more complex it really fucking gets, you know? But it's cool. I love it. It's neat. A lot of people can't entertain those ideas and don't want to. And I don't blame them because it'll get you. It can get you. It can drive you crazy, as it does me sometimes. But I want to know, man. Life isn't just for us to go to work, punch in, and do this and that, and go back to, you know, your TV until you got to do it all again tomorrow, man. Life shouldn't be like that. Life is more for us, and I know this. And I'm trying to figure that part out. And, well, that's where I'm at.